A heart patient from Africa returned here to Sacramento to thank the doctors who he says saved his life. Buba Nime is his name. He's an entrepreneur working to bring more solar power to Africa. That's why he was here. Back in 2016, he had congestive heart failure as he was arriving in the United States to take part in President Obama's Young African Leadership Initiative. Doctors at Sutter Medical Center were able to stabilize his heart, eventually implanted a pacemaker as well, which he says helped make his life a little bit more normal.
So now I'm to the point where I can actually run again, carefully. Doctors don't like that idea, but I can, slowly run and, keep up with my boys.
And the family is now living in Boston while he's waiting for a heart transplant.
Yeah, his face just lit up when he said he can run a little bit and keep up with his boys.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Man whose heart nearly failed returns to Sutter Hospital to thank the doctors who saved him. A man who was reaching end-stage heart failure 3 years ago reunited with the two doctors who saved his life on Monday morning at Sutter Medical Center in Sacramento. Buba Deem returned to Sutter with his family for the first time to thank his former doctors, Dr. Zijian Shu, Sutter Heart and Vascular Institute's heart failure cardiologist, and electrophysiologist Dr. Subramanyam Krishnan. They saved my life in many, many ways. Life means so much more to me now than it did then. There's more meaning and energy in my life than I had before. They gave me the will to go back and fight the situation to get better, Deem said. In 2016, Deem flew from Senegal to Sacramento as part of former President Barack Obama's Young African Leadership Initiative. He believed the future for his native Africa lay in energy optimization, and he had dreams to bring solar power to Africa. Immediately upon arriving, however, Deem was admitted into Sutter Medical Center, where he was diagnosed with a rare congenital heart defect called left ventricular noncompaction cardiomyopathy. This meant that the walls of his ventricle are soft and spongy. He also learned that he had been at risk of sudden cardiac arrest due to irregular heart rhythms, or VTOC. So you go from a point where you're excited about work, excited about business, and then everything is stopped. I was still young, so I was at a point where life really didn't make sense anymore, didn't have any meaning. It's not a good place to be, Deem said. After days of tests, and a cardiac MRI, Dr. Shu and Dr. Krishnan worked together to stabilize Deem's heart for the next 2 months. Dr. Krishnan implanted a defibrillator, which was critical because within a few days, Deem went through sustained ventricular tachycardia and it was the defibrillator that saved his life. Dr. Shu was then able to stabilize Deem's cardiac hemodynamic condition with medications such as constant milrinone intravenous infusion. They allowed me to really have a positive outlook in life and to keep it together with my wife. They did so much more than just the work, so it was only normal for us to come and show them that this is a journey we love to be part of. And also for the long term, I'm hoping that this situation will benefit other families. It means a lot that they made time to meet me and my family, Deem said. Deem now lives in Boston with his wife and 3 children. Sutter Medical Center worked with heart failure specialists, Brigham and Women's Hospital to continue his treatment. He obtained a bridge to transplant, or left ventricular assist device, in Boston and is now waiting for a heart transplant to ensure long-term survival. He has been on the waiting list for 2.5 years. The waiting time depends on where you live, what your blood type is, your size, Dr. Shu said. Deem is 6 feet 7 inches tall and for a large person, it's going to be more difficult because you need a size that matches his body size as a donor and you don't find that many big donors, Dr. Shu said. With his left ventricular assist device, Deem has been able to run and attend martial art classes twice a week. His physical health is especially important to him because he wants to be able to stay active with his son. After the transplant, he hopes to continue his dream of bringing energy optimization to Africa. He is currently working on a foundation to improve public health in Africa, especially to those like himself born with heart defects. Deem currently uses an Abbott HeartMate 3 heart pump. For more information on VOD or heart pump, visit https://www.heartmate.com/healthcareprovider/HeartMate 3 VOD.